I'm giving away $100 to the best setup this month, and I want you to help me pick the winner. Much better. The monthly winner then moves on to the annual grand finale for some kick-ass prizes. So all you gotta do is comment below on which setup should win the setup of the month. Really all you need to do is just 1, 2, 3, or 4. Let's do this!
First up is Andy with Paradox Perfected. Now, first impressions is that accent wall, which is a brick wallpaper. Now, I always like a good accent wall. He's a big fan of Marvel, as you can tell, and I wonder which one is his favorite. I don't know, he's really not displaying it. He's got a lot of Superman items and loving the things coming through the wall. Now, he's got tons of personality with all the Funko Pops and other things looking around. He's also rocking some Nanoleaf shape lights and some hexagon Cololights, it looks like. Now the TV on the left is hooked up to a PS4 and the monitor on the right is hooked up to his MacBook Pro. Wireless keyboard and mouse are Logitech and it looks like a Corsair desk pad. The desktop is an Ekbacken on top of some gray Alex drawers. And his chair is the GT Omega and the footrest from Game Over. Beautiful setup and he makes some great content, so make sure you go follow him over on Instagram and TikTok. Next up is Brandy with Unicorn Tech, and her name says it all. She loves her tech and loves her unicorn puke. Even has an RGB unicorn. First impressions is that it's nice and clean, and love the PC over there on the left, and has a huge LG 38-inch monitor. Now, that beast isn't cheap. I think she sold her kidney for that one. PC specs are the Thermaltakeusa P3 Snow Edition. Motherboard is the Aorus Z390 Pro Wi-Fi. CPU is the Intel i9-9900K, being cooled by the NZXT Kraken Z73. GPU is the MSI Gaming X Trio 2080 Super, and RAM is the Corsair Vengeance RGB Pro in white. PSU is an ASUS ROG 850W white, and fans are the Corsair QL120 white. SSD is a Samsung 970 EVO Plus with Lian Li Strimer cables. Nice. She's obviously a glorious fangirl rocking the GMMK White Ice TKL with glorious holy panda switches with her wooden wrist rest. The mouse is the Model O- with the glorious mouse bungee. It's all sitting on the glorious mouse pad. The soundbar under that monitor is the Majority K2, and that comes with a subwoofer. Headset is the Logitech G733 white on a white Razer headset stand. And lighting up her setup are the Govee Glide lights. And her cable management is on point too. She's basically got a cable tray behind that desk there where she's dropping all her cables and routing everything in there. And then that little cable tray running down the wall. Real nice job here, Brandy. This is not only her setup, but this is a his and her setup, and they're both looking pretty identical. Now the desktops are butcher block, and underneath them are kitchen cabinets. Guess that's an alternative to Alex drawers. And they both have a Thrustmaster T150 Pro racing wheel and pedals, which they play trucking simulators and sometimes farming sims. Go follow her on Instagram and TikTok. She makes some great content. Excellent job, Brandy. Next up is Spook, and this is a nice, clean, and minimal setup with a huge 96-inch IKEA Carlby desktop sitting on a couple of gray turquoise Alex drawers. He reinforced it with an old Galant table frame since the Long Boy. Looks like he's sitting comfortably on top of an ergo chair, which is the steel case gesture. And I like that he stacked his monitors perfectly, and he's got great cable management behind there. The big boy on the bottom is a 30-inch Alienware, and the top is a 27-inch Dell gaming monitor. And he attached 4 Philips Hue light bars onto the back of his monitors for that ambient lighting that he's got going on. I like how it bounces off the angled ceiling and walls, giving it a nice glow. Just noticed he has his top monitor upside down. Wonder if he wants to put the ports on top, for easier access. I don't really know. The dual monitor arm is the Ergotron LX dual stacking arm. He's got a good mic, which is the Rode NT-USB attached to the Rode PSA-1 arm. Headphones are the Beyerdynamic DT990 edition, and the keyboard is the Logitech G915 Lightspeed, and he's got 2 mice, which are Logitech G502 Lightspeed, and he's got a G Pro wireless, and they're all sitting on top of a BenQ Zowie G-SR mousepad. His cable management is on point. He's using a cable tray under his desk with some cable ties, Velcro straps, and some cable sleeves. Now let's take a look at the PC he's got over there on the right side of the desk. This case is the Corsair Crystal 460X. Motherboard is the Aorus X570 Master. Ryzen 5900X CPU, it's being cooled by the Corsair H150i AIO, and he's got 32 gigs of Corsair Dominator RAM with 3600 MHz speed. The fans are the Corsair LL120s. Now GPU is the AMD Reference 6900 XT, nice. Powering this bad boy is the Corsair RM1000X PSU with some cable mod carbon and red extensions. Nice work, Spook. It looks nice and warm and cozy. Last is BoXposed, and first impression, this looks like a decent smaller space setup, maybe in a basement or something with that cinder block wall. He says he's not a Razer fanboy and just likes Razer products, but let's go through all the Razer products he has real quick. He's got a Black Widow Elite and Huntsman keyboard, Basilisk Ultimate mouse, the Nari Ultimate headset on a Razer base station stand, he's got the Siren Elite mic, Wolverine Ultimate controller, and finally a Lian Li O11D Razer edition, of course. Not a Razer fanboy, huh? Monitor he's rocking is the Odyssey G7. It's a 27-inch, 240 Hz at 1440p. Under that is a laser soundbar with some Funko Pops. Now, PC specs are the Ryzen 5 3600 CPU being cooled by the Lian Li Galahad 360, Sapphire Nitro 5700 XT GPU, an ASUS ROG B550 Extreme 4 motherboard, 16 gigs of ADATA RAM, 9 Lian Li Bora digital RGB fans, and some cable mod black and silver PSU cables. Nice work and good luck, BoXposed.
You want a chance to win $100 and a kick-ass setup? Well, instructions below on how to submit. Good luck, everyone.